Europe is such a great continent. Today I'll show you guys 50 geography facts Europe edition. I tried picking some of the most unique and interesting facts, so enjoy. The population of Europe is 748 million people. To put that into perspective, two Europes would have the same population as India and Thailand, which is insane. But unfortunately, it is starting to decrease. In 2021 and 2022, it's the first years that the population of Europe has actually decreased barely. By 2050, it is expected that the population will be around 732 million people. Europe is the second smallest continent, only bigger than Australia. Even Antarctica is bigger than Europe. The most populated city in Europe is actually not Moscow, but is surprisingly Istanbul, with around 15 million people. Istanbul isn't even the capital of Turkey, it's Ankara, and Istanbul has 3 times more population than Ankara, which is mind-blowing. The most densely populated country in Europe, and actually in the whole world, is Monaco. It has 25,000 people per kilometer square. That is just too much. On the other side, the least densely populated country in Europe is Iceland, with around 3 people per kilometer square. The reason is its active volcanoes and mountainous regions. The country of Liechtenstein, which is visible in the image, can actually be rentable, so like you can rent the whole country for $70,000 a night. I wonder if Mr. Beast can like rent it for like a month at this point. There were actual tsunamis in Europe. You're probably gonna ask yourself, how is that even possible? Well, not only the oceans can create tsunamis, but seas as well. The most devastating tsunami to ever hit Europe was the 1755 Lisbon tsunami, which originated from an 8.5 magnitude earthquake. There is actually a tiny bit of land between Croatia and Serbia that is unclaimed. It's called the Liberland, and it's been a dispute between Croatia and Serbia since the breakup of Yugoslavia in 1990s. And it's still no one's territory. It's actually projected that this will be a new country in the near future, so this might be the newest country in Europe. The newest country in Europe is Montenegro, which gained independence in 2006. Kosovo is also considered the newest country in Europe, although it's not recognized by all states. So just to avoid politics, I'm just gonna say Montenegro is the newest country in Europe. Spain is the only country in Europe to share a land border with Africa. A small city located technically in Morocco, but is actually a part of Spain. It's called Melilla. Another city owned by Spain, but technically in Africa, is Ceuta. They're visible in this photo. It is said that Finland has more saunas than private cars. I don't know if this is real, but it's kinda insane. 90% of Finnish people go to the sauna at least once a week. There are over 3 million public saunas in Finland, and the population of Finland is 5 million. They really like saunas. The fattest country is not UK, but is actually Malta, with 29.3% of its population being obese. Second is United Kingdom with around 28%. Malta also has 20 McDonald's per 1 million inhabitants, so maybe that's a reason why. The Nordics are countries with the best quality of life. They're the happiest, cleanest, most developed countries, not just in Europe, but in the whole world. The Netherlands has more bicycles than people. That's right, in the Netherlands the main transport is by bicycle to reduce gas emissions, and there are over 17 million people living in the Netherlands and over 22 million bikes. The weakest currency in Europe is the Armenian dram, where $1 is equal to 387 drams. And the strongest currency in Europe is, without a question, the British pound. 1 pound is equal to 466 Armenian drams. Wow. The only countries driving on left in Europe are the UK, Ireland, Malta, and Cyprus. Bruh, why? There are 5 countries without any airports, all of them being located in Europe. Andorra, Liechtenstein, Monaco, San Marino, and Vatican City. I'm kinda surprised Andorra doesn't have an airport, since it's like 468 square kilometers, being the biggest country in the world without an airport. The smartest country in Europe is Sweden, with a score of 7.99 out of 10. It's important noting that IQ doesn't fully define smartness, and more info can be viewed in this screenshot. Mount Elbrus, located in Russia, is the tallest point in Europe. It has 5,642 meters, around 300 meters away from Mount Everest. But if you don't consider that in Europe, because it's pretty far away, then Mont Blanc has 4,810 meters. If you're from Eastern Europe, you've probably already asked yourself, when will they fix the roads? Well, no doubt you're asking that. Moldova has the worst road quality in Europe. This is a photo I took. You can see what I mean, but it's getting better over time though. The best road quality in Europe is in Netherlands, with an average of 6.4 points. The reason is simple: 93% of the population lives in urban regions. The most visited country in the world is France, but the most visited city in Europe is actually not Paris, but is London, with around 19.5 million visitors. Paris is also kinda close with 19 million, but London overtakes it. This is a very cool fact. Poland, Czech Republic, Monaco, and Ukraine are the only countries to contain themselves if you zoom in their flags. Like, check this out. If I zoom in Ukraine, for example, it's still Ukraine. The flag of Norway has over 6 flags included in it. There is the flag of Indonesia, and there is the flag of Indonesia in Norway. There is the flag of Poland, and there is the flag of Poland in Norway. And so on. There is Finland, there is France, there is Netherlands, and there is even Thailand. Netherlands has the highest average male height with around 183 centimeters and the highest average woman height of 170 centimeters. So the Netherlands people don't get hit with the short jokes. Yeah, go there. Instead, the Cyprus people get hit with the short joke. The average woman is 160 centimeters, while the average man is just 172 centimeters. That's pretty low. The country with the highest life expectancy in Europe is Monaco, with around 89.07 years expectancy. That's pretty high, and if you don't consider microstates, then Norway is the first with 83 years old. This might surprise you, but Kazakhstan is also in Europe. It is a transcontinental country just like Russia, partly being in Eastern Europe as well. The Ural River separates it, and it can be visible in this image. And for your information, Armenia is also considered in Europe. It is a transcontinental country. The largest country in Europe, besides Russia, is Ukraine. It has 603 square kilometers. Additionally, Ukraine has the world's steepest metro station, being 105 meters below the ground. It's also very large and is useful in today's life. Ireland has less population now than 200 years ago. 200 years ago, Ireland had 8 million citizens, while now they only have 5 million. The reason is a so-called potato famine. If you're interested, then just Google it. I'm not gonna get in details. The country with the highest forest coverage in Europe is Finland, with 78% of its land area being covered in forest. That's why Finland is considered one of the cleanest countries in the world. 60% of Austria's territory is mountainous and belongs to the Eastern Alps. And the images are just gorgeous, like check these out. The highest temperature ever recorded in Europe was 48.8 Celsius on the Italian island of Sicily on August 11th, 2021. And that's actually pretty recent, not gonna lie. And the lowest ever temperature in Europe was in Russia, in this village. I'm not gonna bother spelling it. The temperature was minus 58 Celsius. But if you want another country besides Russia, then in Sweden it was the lowest ever temperature, with a record of minus 52 Celsius. And finally, fact 50, we're just gonna end it with the most random fact ever. In UK, there are more chickens than people. So there are 124 million chickens in Great Britain, and the population is just 67 million. The number of chickens in Great Britain is the same number as the population of Japan. So that's pretty mind-blowing. And thank you guys for watching this video. Remember, if you want to help me with other videos or ideas, make sure to join my Discord server and make sure to subscribe. It truly means a lot, and we can beat the population of Tuvalu. And until next time, bye bye.